Hello, everyone. Welcome to Swindler's Den, and tonight's session of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Tonight we are one short once again. That's why we created a bigger party so people can dip in and out. So, Tommy will not be here tonight. He's working long shifts. So,
The layout's wrong. So
the layout's wrong. We're still Goliath. Speaking of being still Goliath, if you guys last week we didn't stream, but we still brought you guys content. So. I believe it only went up on YouTube from when I checked. But there's a YouTube exclusive of the Goliath. So it's Axel doing his quests for the Wormdoom Crag Goliath, and everybody else also play Goliath that are part of that tribe. It's a lot of fun. So be sure to go check that out on the YouTubes. It's session 14.5. So it's happening at the same time as what happened in the 14th session, which. Speaking of, we will cover after I introduce our players for tonight. First off, we have Grizlocke. Who are you playing tonight and where can the peeps find you?
You hold on. Brain's not functioning yet. I play Orlin, the half-orc wizard, and you can find me on all things Grizlocke. Well, not really all things, but you can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Grizlocke.
Next in line, we have Bumbleskum.
Hey, it's your boy Bumbleskum. I play Heinlein Sword, the human paladin with a mysterious ghost friend who saves the party. Will he save the party today? No. That's it. That's my intro.
Next, we have Dyto.
Hello, I'm Dyto. I play Celeste, the halfling warlock. You can find me here on Swindler's Den on Mondays and Wednesdays, and on Fridays you can find me on Weave the Tale, where I'm about to start to play a foodie crime drama game. It's going to be interesting. It's not released yet, so.
And last but not least, we have Dr. Phage.
Hello, I'm playing Sister Liliana, the Dragonborn Cleric, and you can find me on Twitter at Love Growth.
And like I mentioned, Tommy is not here today, but you can find him on Twitch, TommieTaco. When he is streaming, he streams like Final Fantasy and stuff and art and things. It's fun. But like I mentioned last time on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, our group went through long discussions about whether or not they should go to either see the possibility of a pirate ship or a whale carrying a ship, or if the Frostmaiden was living on some mysterious island. They instead decided to go to Caer Dineval to check and see if a young boy that they had heard about was there with some tieflings who were carrying a demonic metal ice for black ice thing mixture called Charlin. They headed there and found the town to be very desolate. Being late at night, they went to the local tavern, found that it was closing down, but the proprietor was nice enough to let them in, to feed them some chowder and possibly give them some kind of warning or try and lead them towards the castle that is in Caer Dineval. They then went instead to check out a rundown inn that was in the town to see what they could find there, because they heard stories of ghosts possibly being in there. Zavros and Celeste went in first to check it out, and they saw some puffs of vapor in the air that turned out to be the chilled breath of Duergar, who were hiding in the inn there. After a little bit of a scuffle, mostly getting beat up on by the Duergar, they were able to calm them down, and where their leader, Nildar Sunblight, offered them a deal where they would let them go if they were to go into the Caer and take the Charlin from the tieflings that were within there and bring it back to him, and then he would let them go. He also offered to bring them through a secret passage into the Caer, but they decided, no, you stay here, we'll do it ourselves, because Heinlein is a big, strong war guy. And as they walk towards the Caer, that is where we rejoin the story. So, as you approach the Caer, A sturdy stone castle devoid of warmth and ostentation. Ostentation? I know that word, but it still scared me. Squats atop the cliffs overlooking the town and the frozen harbor. Warding the castle entrance are thick, battle-hardened wooden doors. 4 cylindrical guard towers have wind-worn flags bearing the town's heraldry, fluttering above their tiled conical roofs. These towers are connected by icy battlements and parapets. Atop the castle walls and within the guard towers, torches flicker. And for those of you who don't know the town's heraldry, which I think is nobody other than me, it's blue. So it's a blue. The flags are very wind-worn, but they are this royal blue with a parapet, like the tower, the castle tower that looks like, what's the chess piece? Is that the rook? The rook, yeah. Looks like a rook with 2 windows in it, and underneath it is a red fish, which is what makes up the heraldry. You also see higher up on the walls as you get closer are these arrow slits in the walls.
As we're approaching, 2 things. 1, I would like to be on the lookout if there's any suspicious invisible footprints following us.
Roll a investigation or I'll give you 3 choices. What's the fucking word?
Perception.
Perception. I kept thinking precipitation. Perception, investigation, or survival. I thought precipice at first, and then I went to precipitation.
I'll do perception, but my survival's the same. Ooh, only an 8. Okay.
Yeah, you don't see anything, just the wind whipping through these town streets.
And then as we're seemingly walking up to the castle, I'm going to turn to both Heinlein and Orlin and say, do you wish to care to inform the rest of us what the plan is? And why now we're going to talk with a second party that we know also is not good?
Heinlein's not answering. He's silently focused on moving forward.
I know you have a death wish, but the rest of us don't. Maybe take that into consideration when you're making plans. And she rounds in on Orlin and says, and you're in no shape to be doing anything. You're part of the reason we needed to rest. And now we're going to another unknown thing. Because he didn't want to make a promise and break it to evil men. Let's go. Let's go to the castle.
I know.
Do you?
We're in a shitty situation.
Well, we're in a shittier one now because of you two.
Celeste is watching this exchange, drinking out of her whiskey out of her flask.
Yes, you continue to approach the castle. As you get closer, the ground actually begins to slope downward, making the castle seem more looming over you than it would have if you were on even ground with it. It slopes down about 10 feet lower than what the castle should be sitting at. So the castle seems much taller than it is. You see these enormous wooden doors blocking your path in front of you.
Davros. I know he's not here right now.
Yeah, he's not here, but if you really need something from him, I can pull something from him. But
as we were walking up, sort of, I'd be like, see if you can't see the tracks of the other party going to the secret entrance.
He will do a survival check, which is his highest of the 3. He got an 18. I don't see any tracks other than our own. That's my best. Zavros is not good.
With that, hearing Zavros say that, then he is going to stop, and then he'll finally turn to Liliana. He's gonna speak in Orcish at first. Do you understand what he's saying at all?
Liliana, as you start speaking in that, says, "No, that's why I don't know what the plan is. That's what you were speaking before."
Well, he whispered it too, so he doesn't know that. Wasn't sure exactly. He just could confirm that, Orlin. But okay, then he switches to. No, that would be a good idea. He switches to common. Well, if there's not anyone near us, then I guess it's fine to start talking. No, we're just gonna sell them out to the tieflings. Use that as bargaining chip to stay in the castle.
And what if the tieflings want us to go back and kill the dwarves? Just stay in the castle tonight. What if that is their deal? Are you okay with that?
We tell them that the dwarves are in the castle. And we're too weak to face them head on.
I think
and they say
that they
good
have
night and close the door if we're
think
not useful to them.
That's why it's a bargaining chip, to let them know that they have enemies who are scouting them. We don't just need to give out everything right away, but it's best that we at least try something else.
I mean, from my experience, if you tell a person that somebody else is after something that they have and they want to keep, they're a little more open to maybe making a bargain, as long as they know what they're here for.
Liliana is going to spit a little chunk of frozen ice in the snow in front of her, and then in Draconic say, "Choke on a dick, let's get going," and start walking towards the castle.
Okay. Didn't understand a word of that, but...
All right.
Me neither.
You guys, Sabra says me neither. You guys walk up to the castle, and as you're approaching from the arrow slits on the second, like, not the second level, but higher up, you're, adventurers, go away. Speaker's not taking any visitors. Shoo now. Go on.
Someone up the street, said that you might provide lodgings for some outsiders.
Well, they lied. Speaker Kranich Seaver, he's too sick to entertain guests, so go on your way. You can't come in here.
Well, we don't need to see the speaker or anything. We're just looking for a little shelter to keep ourselves from the cold.
They're one of the many houses here. You can knock on their doors and give them, heck, probably a silver, and they'll take you in.
We don't come empty-handed.
Oh?
We have information.
And what would that be?
Well, maybe if we were a bit more warm, we'd be more willing to talk.
We can let you in the first doors. That's as far as you can go. Someone will meet you down there.
Okay.
And the doors that are in front of you start to pull inwards, and right behind those doors you can see these iron bars that are filling up the door as well. And as that door finishes opening, those bars begin to lower. And beyond there, it's about 15-foot space, and then another set of iron bars and another door. That door on the inside begins to open, but those iron bars stay there. As all of that begins to open, you do see a tiefling and a human male, both males, on the other side, wearing heavy armor and carrying spears. They also both wear a necklace around them that, unlike the ones that were described to you, are like a downward-facing triangle with a let me double check the coloring so I don't get it wrong. It seems to be outlined in this almost black ice color or metal, and the inside is a blue gem. So,
Either of them look
Oh,
like
okay.
they. I know this is like going to be a weird, probably a tough check. Either of them look like they could be related to the woman whose son's missing.
do an insight check for me.
17.
You can't tell for sure. It's very possible, but you can't you were never really given a description.
Mhm.
So you're not for sure.
Right.
So, state your information. Otherwise, please leave. Very sick, he needs his rest.
We have word on
Well,
in it.
what do we get in exchange? The people of this town have been turning us away. We just need somewhere to sleep.
If your information's good enough, you can. It depends on the information, I guess. If it tickles us enough.
Alright, fair. Go on, Heinlein.
You have enemies in town.
Is it you?
No. No. There's a group that we stumbled upon by accident today. That wish for. They want to kill everyone in here and steal from you guys. They said they had a secret entrance in here.
Steal from us. Oh, I doubt it. Who are these
Well,
terrible, terrible people?
do you mind if we step inside real quick, just a little bit further?
Yes, I do mind. You're in more than I should let you.
They seem to be seeking a important black ore. Tried to convince us to break in for it. But
Oh, so this
we
is
have
what you're
no-
doing.
No,
You're trying to.
we would have went
come in.
through the secret entrance if that were the
And
case.
where's this secret entrance then?
We're not aware because we weren't willing to make deals with them.
Hmm.
Instead, we came to you.
Well, if that's all the information you have, then you can go. Thank you for letting us know.
It's several Duergar.
At this, there's a very long pause. If anybody wants to make an insight, they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you can tell, like, both of them just have this 1,000-yard stare, like they're not focusing on anything, as if something else is distracting them from this moment. And then suddenly, like, their eyes become back into focus. Oh, we're so sorry. Where's our manners? Come, let the bars down. Let them in. Let them in. We'll bring you. We'll bring you to. Somebody who would love to hear this information. Yes, let them in, and the bars begin to lower down.
I can only, as we're being let in, I can only hope that Zavros appreciates our our willing to talk.
So yeah, the bars are all the way down, and you are able to step inside of this courtyard, which I will explain to you. So as you look around this courtyard, it's level with what the castle walls should be. So it was like a 10-foot walk up to the doors, but now we're back on level ground here. The footprints in the snow around you lead to various doors along this courtyard's perimeter, including a tall double door to the keep, which with its unwelcoming row of arrow slits and barred windows on the upper floor. To the east of the double door is a small single-story building with a slated snow-covered roof. West of the double door are two unused merchant stalls with torn canopies. Tucked under some icy stairs in the northwest corner is a slender wooden hut with a crescent moon carved into its flimsy door. a lot of buildings, and there's three different buildings outside in this snowy courtyard. You can see are still being used fairly decently. But the tiefling and the human, us, yes, come inside. We'll find you accommodations, and you can speak with our you could speak with the person in charge in the morning. Yes.
All right.
What
thank
were
you
your
so
guys'
much.
names? Talking about manners.
Of course, we have names, and they're actually in the book. I don't have to make them up, I think.
That's a weird way to introduce yourself, but
Not, and in the book?
No, you're crazy. My name is Fel, Supara, and my friend here, Hoar Melfoon. He's new here, so I'm teaching the ropes.
is Hohar the human?
Yes. He's new, but he's been moving up the ranks pretty quickly under my guidance. So, but yes, follow me. We'll bring you actually to the place. The northeast tower is where you'll be staying tonight. Very accommodating. Just stay in there and rest over the night, and we'll come and get you in the morning.
Splendid.
Much
As
obliged.
They lead you over to the northeast tower. They lead you inside of there, and there's 6 wooden cots in there, with furs and footlockers that you can use, as well as a copper brazier full of hot coals in the middle of the room that kind of heats this small area, even though the cold wind still kind of bites at the stones that make the walls. And there's also a bellows that is in the brazier to heat it up a little bit more if you need to.
Before they leave us, I'll say it, and we did mention they said they had a secret entrance, so I'd be careful
Yes.
with the night.
Yes, we will fortify our defenses. More guards out looking than ever, and there'll be one outside your door if you should ever need anything. Good day to you. There's also guards above you, so they're doing their jobs. Just leave them.
As soon as we're alone, Heinlein lets out a big sigh.
Yes, you are alone in this tower in the northeast of the care.
Is there a window? just wondering.
Not on this floor, no.
Okay.
Are there multiple doors to this room, or is it just the one?
It's just the one, and there are no stairs going up. You saw as you came to this tower that the stairs are actually on the outside of the tower.
Well,
So are we gonna sleep now? Is that the plan?
I think we this might sound strange, but I still feel as though maybe we should stay and take watch.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
We've made some enemies doing this who intend to break into here tonight, so definitely keeping watch is a smart idea.
Well, I can
I
take the
can-
first one.
I can take the second.
Oh boy, I can take the third.
Davros will take the third.
Yeah, I was gonna say, anyone who needs to like recharge on spells should focus on their sleep.
I can take the 4th watch with Zerk.
Yes, Zerk is here too.
Oh,
I snuck in, they didn't even see me. They're talking to you the whole time, and Zerk sneak through the bars.
sir, what'd you do with our axe beaks?
I was supposed to bring the axe beaks?
You son of a.
The axe beaks were put into stable.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're
you
always
guys,
supposed to be watching the axe beak.
you guys can go through your watch. Who was first?
Celeste.
Celeste. Did you want to do anything on your watch or just listen?
Just listen.
All right. If you want to roll a perception.
Not just for the people, but if she's hearing from her patron at all. 18.
Yes. You don't hear anything outside, and nothing is currently calling to you.
Alright.
But who is next?
Me. Heinlein.
Heinlein, do a perception check for me.
Ooh.
Yeah, the wind has started to pick up at this point, and you aren't able to hear anything outside happening at all.
I'm finally doing perception, not in the middle of the dark. I get a 2.
But Celeste, could you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, goodness. Yes, I can. A 16?
Yeah, you begin to hear things as you drift off. This low rumbling voice. It doesn't have the same draw that it has in the past, but you do still hear the "I'm waiting, Celeste. Power can be yours if you come back to me."
She'll kind of half asleep mumble that's the plan. But it comes out like
All right, and if Heinlein has nothing to do, Orlin was next, correct? Or no, Zavros. Zavros was next. Zavros isn't going to do anything, but he'll roll. Yep, nothing for him. And then I believe it was the sister last with Zerk.
Yes. Can Zerk assist me in listening for any shenanigans? Yes. Ooh, 18. Didn't need it.
The only thing you hear is that there is a change of the guard as somebody else comes to take his position. But unless you wanted to do anything else.
I spend most of my watch just talking with Zerk and Draconic, just chit-chatting about various things.
So you're a big Prex now?
You know, Zerk, sometimes you just have to look out for yourself. Sometimes there is no big Rex, or whoever you said.
Prex, with the T. Do you not know how to spell?
I will strangle you right now.
Don't tempt me.
I just lift him up and just little shit.
Budding romance.
After a few hours, there is and as people start to stir and wake up, you do hear a knock on the door. Adventurers, good morning. It's time to wake up. We've got plenty of breakfast for you. You'll love it. Our cook is very good.
Sounds good. Much obliged.
Oh, you talk very funny, sir. Yes, you will. You'll do. Yes, let's go. As they open the door and begin to lead you guys. Through the court. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, at the end of my watch, because I hadn't decided what spells I was preparing, so I was doing that as you were explaining things.
Yeah, no worries.
But because I don't trust any of these motherfuckers, can I have ritually detect poison and disease?
Yeah, you can do that. Put in the chat for me, please.
One of my levels of exhaustion cures, right?
Yes, so you're down to 1 now, so it's just skill checks you have disadvantage on. Location of poisonous creatures and diseases within 3 feet. You also identify the kind of poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common man, blah, blah, blah. Alright, yeah, so you get this ready. You don't sense anything currently. I will let you know if that changes for
10 minutes.
10 minutes, cool. Yeah, so they this time it is two tieflings who begin to walk you into these giant double doors that are in the middle of the actual keep, the front wall of the keep in the courtyard. So once there's this large iron bar that crosses in front of the two doors that the two guards in front, both humans, pull it off to open it. And as the two tieflings lead you inside, you see this massive great hall in front of you that is dimly lit by chandeliers that are missing most of their candles. 3 long tables in the center of the hall are littered with dirty dishes, which a young tiefling servant is slowly collecting, and they're setting up these, and he's setting up new plates for you. A stone staircase ascends to a pair of 20-foot high balconies that hug the walls. On the north landing, directly across from the main entrance, hangs a banner depicting the town's heraldry. A stone watchtower, once again I'll explain it because it explains it better here. A stone watchtower on a dark blue field with a horizontal red fish facing in the right under the tower. Yes, we're just cleaning up from the guards eating earlier. Esteemed leader, so I'll join you in a moment. Just sit down. We will have trout out for you in a moment. The best trout you've had.
Wonderful.
I'm actually going to put up the heraldry for you guys to look at, so I don't just have to explain it over and over. So do all of you sit down at this table then?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I am
Yes.
keeping an eye out on the balconies if anyone's hanging out up there.
There is a guard stationed at there's 2 guards on either balcony, one on either end, to watch over these new people who somehow gained enough favor to get in here.
I'll just keep it, because that's... Are there other doors? I forget if you've described, are there other doors in and out of this place?
I don't think I described them, but I can tell you there is on your floor 3 doors on the same level as these 3 long tables. 2 on the right side and 1 on the left.
Okay. I think Liliana is just like slowly panning like from the balconies to the doors, like trying to keep an eye on as much of the room as possible.
All right. And if nobody is doing anything else, I'm just preparing. So from the left side balcony, a door opens before too long. And you see come out of it this red tiefling who has shorter horns that kind of curl over his balding head. What little white hair he has kind of wraps around the back of his head. He wears this long turquoise coat that's lined with fur on the inside. He wears the same pendant that everybody else has been wearing, this blue gem surrounded by what you can assume to be Chardelin. And he is also kind of got a paunch to him. He's a little bit chubby, as though he's been eating quite well. And he walks with this air about him that he knows he's important, or thinks he is at least, as he wraps around the balcony to the stairs and begins descending them down to... Oh yes, our guests. So good of you to join us here in Cardinaval. Are you looking forward to your breakfast? This should be quite good. The cook, it's amazing here.
I heard it's the best trout we're gonna ever taste.
It should be. He can prepare trout in 500 different ways.
Wonderful.
Oh, where are my manners? My name is Kadroth. I am, for the time, acting as liaisons for the speaker. As you've heard, quite ill. He will not be joining us today, unfortunately. But I can speak for him, as it were.
Friend here, Liliana, is a good healer. We'd be willing to. I don't want to speak for her. Would you be willing to offer your services?
It is part of my vows to look after any of the sick and needy that require any ministrations. I would be happy to look at the speaker and give my professional opinion.
You speak of vows, who is it you vow to, sister, if you don't mind me asking?
My vows are to the Morning Lord, who does not hold as much sway here as he used to, but there's still light to be found even in the darkest of night.
Well, that is very poetic, sister. We already have people working on it. We have no needs for your magic, but thank you for your kind offer in these trying times. The town misses the speaker immensely, and it will be great to have him back in form, but we just shall have to wait for that. Where's that trout, by the way? He claps, and this small tiefling boy that you saw clearing the tables earlier kind of comes in, hunched over a little bit, as he slides the plates in front of all of you. So,
like
go ahead.
knucklehead trout, or is it a different trout?
It they will tell you it is knucklehead trout.
Okay.
But it's preparing these very thin strips, almost as if to imitate bacon, but it doesn't have the same.
I was about to call
It's
it trout
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah, it's made to imitate it, but it's not anywhere close. So I hear you wonderful adventurers have some news on Duergar presence here in Caer Dinaval. Please tell me more in how you are going to help us with this, I assume. It seems as though you're not on their side, and that would be beneficial for us here.
Well, so I take it they did not attack last night.
Our guards were doubled up, and we did not see any sign or hair of them. If they come through this...
You wouldn't see them.
Yes. If they were to come through the secret passage you speak of, it's very well guarded by our best mage. So I bet they don't dare to try. That way, at least I hope she would be doing her job anyway. Yes, we did not see nor hear nor taste. Do you do that with intruders? No, obviously not. We did not see or nor hear Duergar in our walls.
I want to insight check this guy. Is he planning to eat us right now?
Yeah, you can insight check him.
All three.
Maybe. He hasn't touched his trout yet, so...
I don't know who's sitting next to me, but I'll go, I don't think he wants the trout.
I'll start digging into the trout.
Yeah, it tastes very good for what it is.
A little better than
We have a
trout I've
cannibal
had
on our
before,
hands.
but I don't know why he wouldn't want this. It's pretty good. Way better than we got it in shoot, I forget. Targos? Bremen?
You had
One
it
of
in
those
a lot of
places.
places, yeah.
Mhm.
So I take it that these Duergar are well known to you.
We've heard rumblings of them, yes. Not that they were directly trying to come into the care, or is it they were trying to hire you to do that job? Is that what I'm to understand?
Well, we had last night, when we were looking for somewhere to stay in town, we had the misfortune of running into them, also trying to stay somewhere. And they tried to make a deal for us to stay there for the night if we were to come through this secret entrance with them and steal this ore. But, we refused.
Yes. It's good. It's good that you did refuse. Would not have turned out well for you, not at all, no. Tell you what, if you go and remove these Duergar from this inn that you speak of, the care, you can stay in at any time. You're welcome guests. Kind of a base as you go about doing your adventures. You seem to fit the bill of some adventures I've been hearing about lately.
It's interesting you say that, because I don't think any of us mentioned an inn.
Sorry, I thought you said that.
No. I think we've been. Yeah, no, that's.
That was totally me. I thought Chris just said in that sentence.
No, he was being pretty vague on where we were trying to stay.
Well, then correct that.
That's part of the our information I was holding out.
Correct that to saying if you were to remove the dirt. Or sorry, I blanked and thought I heard that.
No, that's fine. I just thought I should bring that up before we got too close. Well, it's a mighty kind offer. I'm not too sure they seemed well above our skill sets.
So you're not the strong adventurers I've been hearing about? Just been going from town to town, removing beasts and lake monsters?
There are lake monsters?
I was mistaken then. If you need backup to remove them, I can offer some of our guard to go with you.
That would be most helpful.
How many you need? How many Duergar are there? Is it like 20, 30 Duergar? Must be a large army if you can't deal with them.
Well, they're invisible, so it's hard to get a number.
That's very
We've
fair.
seen 6.
Okay. Heinlein's only seen one, so I've been like pretty silent on the numbers.
Oh, you saw all of them come down the stairs.
Oh, okay. I thought I only saw the one as he flashed.
Yeah,
back
when he appeared, the rest of them came down the stairs to join him.
Okay.
Well, there's 5 of you. There's another 5 guards. So almost, you have 4 more than them. Is that plenty for you?
Any help that you're willing to offer would be of great help, so thank you. Now, may I ask you, it might be a bit personal, so if you don't feel obliged to spill, that's quite alright. These Duergar seem very happy with this eternal winter.
As they would.
And, we can't help but notice you'll, seem to have a thing against these Duergar. So, are you looking to end this winter?
You know, it isn't quite ideal how damned cold it is all the time, and I wouldn't mind a little light now and then, but if it's to be this way, I suppose it has its benefits, but I guess I don't have a shout either way.
Fair enough.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I mean, as you can see, and he's got, on his armor and on his shield, he's got this heraldry of the hawk with the rose in the middle. I just, I'm a man of symbols myself. I've been mighty curious about this triangle y'all be wearing.
curious as in how.
It's just that everyone seems to have it. I just didn't know if it was like a clan thing or a religious thing or what kind of iconography.
I'll tell you what. If you are able to remove these Duragar, or at least prove they're gone, come back and I will tell you about these amulets. Prove
Yeah,
your loyalty to us, and more information will be shared.
I look to my fellow people.
I have one more request, and it is quite a simple one.
Full of requests and questions today. I love it. Bring it on, please.
I thank you. I appreciate your generosity. We are looking for, in our travels, a young man, Harwar. I believe that's what his name was. We spoke to his mother, and she was just asking after him. From what we understood, he was traveling in this direction. Is he at the keep here? He was seen traveling with some tieflings, and obviously there are some tieflings here. So just wondering if he's currently here or not.
From my understanding, you
had
met
him
him
last
last
night.
night, did you not?
We
did?
did. Yes,
Okay.
we
That's his
did.
name.
Harwar.
I checked all my stuff and I was like, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was the same person either.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going
least-
to say something because I knew who it was, but Celeste doesn't know who it is.
Yeah.
So
At least the person who's training him told me that he was the one that met with you, so I assumed he was also there. Yes, the boy joined us. He's been rising in our ranks. Came to us of his own volition, so...
Right. His mother's been worried sick about him. Would you mind if, at some point, we had a word with him, just to help ease his mother's worries?
It's no worry to me if you talk to the boy or not. Feel free. In fact, I'll send him with you. How about that?
Excellent.
How
That
about
would
it?
be useful. Most useful. Thank you.
All right. So you continue your breakfast. Is there anything else you want to ask or talk to him about?
His name was Kadroth. Did I get that right?
Yes,
Whatever.
Kadroth.
Okay.
Kadroth.
Was he human or tiefling? Sorry, was he tiefling?
Tiefling. I
Okay.
actually
I
am going to
thought you
pull
said so.
up art
was it.
of him
I wasn't sure.
so you guys can see him.
I caught the hair in the pot belly. I just didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, red tiefling. I'll find it eventually if you want to keep talking.
Yeah.
Named NPCs. Here he is. Actually, sorry, I can't show this. I can show this though. You don't get to see his character sheet and all of his traits and shit. Just his picture.
Oh, okay, I see this guy. Oh, now I get a better idea of what this necklace looks like.
Yes. He's not constantly walking around with a dagger. He just has it in that art,
Oh, okay. That's what he's eating his trout with.
Yeah.
essentially.
Well, my name, by the way, we haven't really gotten much introductions.
Yes,
on our
please,
part.
everybody.
My name is Heinlein Swornsword. I'm not quite from around these parts, as you can tell by my accent. and my
Yes, you seem
tan.
a little tanner. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Let's see why you're asking about the sun so much. You must miss it so. Well, don't worry. You shall acclimate soon enough. The rest of you, what are your names, please?
Celestial.
Ah, nice to meet you, Miss Steele.
Orlin.
Orlin. He's very, very gruff, surly man. Very Icewind Dale, I can tell. Sister?
Sister Liliana.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Once
And
again,
this
thank you for the offer.
This one here is Zavros.
That's Zavros. He doesn't speak much, does he? Oh, he
Usually
is
you
quite
can't
shy.
get him
I think
to
he was
shut up.
quite shaken by the evening's events.
He
As
was
you would be.
shaken.
Those heathen Durgar. Can't trust them. Anyway, if you're all ready, I can send you with some guards.
I don't remember. Did I ask to do a check on information about Durgars? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I will let you if you would like to, though.
Okay. I know I didn't get anything on the Underdark before.
Yeah.
But I know I've interacted with plenty of dwarves, so I just didn't know if that would be an appropriate check I could make.
Do a history check.
7. No, I don't know shit.
Yeah, they're from the
Too many other
Underdark.
problems.
You haven't
in
really
the
been
past.
down there, yeah.
With his comment about heathen Duergar, do I know anything about like Duergar religion or like why? Like, does that mean anything to me? Like that he specifically called them heathens and not just like dirty Duergar?
Yeah, you go roll a religion.
Great, I'm terrible at it.
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, oh, that's right. The two divine classes are bad at religion.
Yeah, no, you aren't entirely sure why he would. I mean, they just probably worship a different god than he does.
Mhm.
All right, so you're gonna be off. Yeah, and he is.
It's unfortunate because we were trying to avoid battle, but I suppose I don't know what I was gonna say with that, but because out of character, it's unfortunate that we got stuck back into a scenario where we are fighting.
I'll kind of look at Heinlein and I'll say, well, these Durgar are opposed to our mission.
Yeah, so I suppose so. I mean, perhaps there's a chance that they, concede. If it comes down to it. I'm personally not, and I look at, Zavros, who's by himself in a corner, staring at a wall, not outrootable. It's unfortunate. I just, I understand that sometimes actions are just extensions of our words, but
So,
he seems real hard on himself right now about this whole event.
looking to the tiefling, I can't help but have this nagging suspicion that these Durgar are still in this secret entrance. Is there any chance we may see it and clear it out with your men? Just to be sure.
I assure you, our most powerful mage is down there. She will take care of it. In fact, I'll send somebody else other than me to go talk to her, and she can sniff it out. Don't worry, she's from the Arcane Brotherhood. She should be just fine dealing with them if they were to be down there.
Of course.
Oh, that sounds perfect. I heard they're very capable at what they do.
What would, this woman's name be?
Again, I don't think I should disclose that yet. Deal with the Duergar. Maybe you can meet her.
Okay. Yep, tell Velini I say hello.
Who is that?
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, you can insight check him. Yeah, it doesn't. That name doesn't register with him.
So it's an old orcish thing. You wouldn't get it. All right, let's go.
Strange, you would bring up an orcish thing to a tiefling, but all
Can
right.
can I incite that?
Yeah, inside Orlin.
Yeah, about the old orcish thing.
Yeah.
Clearly, I didn't
Or even
recognize the
just
name,
in
but,
general.
oh, I got it.
Makes it, breaks it.
Yeah, I mean, he clearly had a reason to ask that name.
I was like, it's clearly
yeah.
not an orcish thing, though.
Yeah, that's not an orcish thing. So, yeah. But you guys begin to head out of the keep and the courtyard with these 5 guards, including Horror, the human male. Seems to be about his 20s, and yeah, he's very brooding. He's kind of got an Orlin vibe to him, where he's kind of just not talking to people, and looks very grumpy. But he's only in his late 20s.
How many are with us again? Those coming with us?
5, right? Yeah, 5. So you had a
5?
total of 10 people.
5, including Kohar. Okay.
And you begin walking towards the inn, being escorted by the town guard.
On our walk, do we have a plan? Perhaps burning the building down?
I was going to say there were only 2 entrances in, correct? The back entrance and the main entrance.
That's all that Zaphras and I saw.
Besides any
I mean, other than the windows.
Well, that provides its own complications that we can't really avoid. But I have a strategy for impeding them from coming out of the back entrance and potentially flushing them out of the building.
What's that?
I'm going to set that kitchen on fire.
Sounds like we're on the same page.
If we... the plan is to flush them out? Not just burn the building down and call it good? Or are we just burning the building down and calling it good?
I believe our orders from our kind host was to eliminate the Duergar. With them being able to turn invisible, flushing them out of the inn would perhaps be easier than fighting them inside, where they may have an advantage.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I understood what that meant. That we aren't just burning it down. Because in my head, I'm like, we can't confirm if they're dead, but I mean, I guess if we don't care.
Yeah, no. It's just a strategy to funnel them so they can't escape out the back.
Okay.
Or if they do, then they have to run through fire. So
Maybe their invisibility hopefully drops.
yeah, like there's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Footprints in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can you all do? I say to the 5.
Let me double check their stats. They are these.
So we know what we're dealing with when we get in there. We're not like...
Damn it. It's not in my thing, so I gotta look them up this way. Oh, you know, the standard, the bog standard. We have scimitars. We can stab them with scimitars.
Okay,
It'll be great.
they're just spider dudes. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. I just wasn't sure if they're all like all wizards or something like that.
No, our wizard is somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay, like the Yeti fight, I'll be the last line of defense.
Great, I
Yes,
guess I'm
you
going
wizard. What would her name be?
I don't think we're allowed to tell you that.
Oh, of course.
In Orcish, I will say to Orlin, are you gonna talk to Hohar on the way over? Just in case this is his last battle he ever sees alive.
Yeah.
As they're saying that in Orcish, I'm gonna look down at Zerk and in Draconic say, someone should tell them it's rude to speak in other languages in front of other people.
In
Yes, we
Orcish-
all speak Draconic, so they know what they're saying now. Who brought the birds?
The birds are fine, Zerk. Why don't you
As long as
say...
they're not near Zerk. Zerk does not want to see the birds ever again.
I say to Orlin in Orcish, it's really good that Sister has really picked up on our strategy of concealing information from people by speaking other languages.
She's a quick study, that one.
Did you not pay
Maybe
attention?
I won't kill you guys if you get hurt.
Orla, did you want to say anything to Har?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, I'll turn to him.
War.
And, what is his name again? It's so hard to say.
It's very hard. It's Huarwar. Huarar.
Hurrah!
Yeah, that's better than how I've been saying it. What do you
Hurrah.
want? What do you want, old man?
Your mother actually sent us to find you and see how you were doing. She was quite worried for you.
As you can see, I'm doing quite fine. She didn't do much for me. Anyway, she tried holding me back. She tried to keep me from coming here. But look at how much stronger I've become with these people. You can tell her I'm doing much better than I was.
I don't know how I'd insight something like that because I don't know anything about this guy, so that could just be the way he is.
Maybe.
While we're walking and Orland's talking to this guy, do all of them have these necklaces around their neck with the triangle and the thing?
Yes, they all
I
do.
want to be looking at all of them and see if there's a way to get them off of them, like a clasp in the back, or
All right,
if they're loose enough to lift over their head.
do a perception.
Natural 20.
Yeah,
22.
it's a chain that wraps all the way around, so it doesn't clasp, but it hangs to here. And there's a big opening here, so you can lift it over their head. You are halfling.
I
You are
know,
much
I know.
smaller than all of them, but yeah, you have to pull it off. Some of them have horns. You have to get them around. There's 2 humans, 3 tiefling with you.
2 humans, 3 tiefling.
I know exactly what you mean, Hurrah. My mother, she held me back as well. And I found power. They called me weak, but I found power through magic.
Might do you good to join us as well, then, if you understand that.
Who is us?
You'll learn soon enough.
Is it the Arcane Brotherhood?
No, that's just the one person with us as part of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Hmm.
They don't set up shop here in Icewind Dale. They just have their a few people here, from what I understand, at least. I don't know much, other than not to mess with her.
Yes. They are quite powerful. So, I take it you have an interest in the magics as well, then?
Not myself, no. I'm not inept enough, but
What of this, these amulets around your neck, then? They must be magical.
I guess in a sense, yes.
How
It's what
so?
kept me alive out there when they found me when I found my way back. Sorry, he found his way back. It's the only thing that kept me alive out in that tundra.
Oh, do tell.
You'll learn soon enough.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready to slay some dark dwarves?
Let's get rid of these heathens. Meantime, Zavros is glitching into a pole. Just in the glitch walk.
He's just in T-pose right now.
Just T-pose sliding around.
This is just every single mission where you have to like escort someone and they're just running into things they shouldn't run into.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's not too far of a walk. You guys make it over to Diniv's Rest, where you found the Dwarger. What is the plan? What are you doing? What are you doing, kids?
I would be going towards that back entrance, and which we could be talking about as we go. When you are prepared at the front, I can seal off the back and then either meet you on the side or remain at the back to ensure that no one escapes that way.
Is it worth us trying to stealth?
I both like look at you and then look at myself and just like jingle jangle like.
Yeah, that's why I said, is it worth trying to stealth? I don't know how well it's gonna go, but they probably inside a building. I just don't know if they're gonna hear us over the howling winds or.
Do we want him to hear howling winds? Maybe I could do that.
I know I will be very quickly not very stealthy.
Okay. All right.
Stealth is their game.
I only mention it because we are roaming up with 5 of their enemies.
I drank a false life potion as I've been flavoring it.
So Sister Liliana, you're walking to the back?
Yes.
As you walk to the back, you see...
Should I walk with you?
Whoever wants to.
I just don't know how good you are at taking hits. So I should figure out who I should be protecting most.
Middling to fair.
Middling to fair. So probably better than the other 3.
Yes, I have a higher AC than the other 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
I have
will-
chainmail and a shield. So.
Okay, then I'll stay back.
Zerk will come with you too.
Zerk is
Oh,
stealthy.
thank God, he's gonna die.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, you can't hurt what you can't see, right?
True. The dragons will take the back.
I am not a dragon, I'm a kobold.
Do you want to be a dragon?
Are you a dragon?
I am part dragon.
Hmm. Well, you are Big Trex now. I follow you. Let's go.
Zerk
We'll
starts
have a
running
talk.
to the back. As you get to the back door, you see that there is a piece of parchment nailed to the door.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's like anyone looking out the windows or like anything funny before I approach the door?
Do perception.
Conspicuous divots in the snow.
There's a pretty funny looking clown in the window, but other than that, nothing. There's not a clown. You just asked if there's anything funny. I made a joke.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, you don't see anything in the windows. It's dark in the inn.
I will go up to the door and grab the note then.
There is writing on 2 sides of this note. As you look at the front and it kind of folds over in the wind, you can see the back. The back writing, I don't believe you can read.
Probably not.
What languages do you speak?
Common and Draconic.
Dude, I cannot read the back. What the front says, I see you've made friends with our foes. Didn't expect much less. Good on you for getting in. good luck in your ventures. We'll be moving on to more lucrative Chartling scores. Nildar Sunblight.
I'm gonna spit on the ground again as I walk back and hand the paper to Heinlein.
I read it. What is? And I see the I speak Common, Orc, and Dwarven.
It is not of those languages.
Okay.
I'm gonna like hold my hand out.
Yeah, I
Pass it
read
around.
it. I read it. I pass it.
For brevity's sake, does anybody speak Undercommon?
Oh,
No.
I assume
It's
that's
not,
what I know.
then you wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
Well, seems as though we at least drove them out of town. Protect the keep in some ways that didn't involve violence.
I'm looking at the note and kind of coy, like, Shadar. Oh, I've heard of that. I say out loud, seeing the reactions of others.
What was it that you heard of?
Shadar, or whatever the hell the
Yeah,
Chartling.
Chartling, yeah.
Chartling.
I was thinking, I think I just combined Chartling with the fucking mummy,
With Nildar.
the mummy.
Oh, the mummy Shinar, yeah.
Shadar, yeah.
Schnurtling.
Shenardolin.
Do an insight.
And yeah.
You don't see any reactions, no. Actually, wait, let me roll. Let me roll to be safe. I'm just pulling numbers on my ass. I should roll a dice. Where the fuck are my dice? Sorry for all the swear words. In a moment of not knowing what to do, I started swearing.
okay.
Yeah, you don't get anything from him.
Yeah. And I just kind of...
Heinlein doesn't either.
Okay.
Then that I don't press it then.
Well, shall we return to the castle, everybody? The care is calling us.
I think maybe we still set it on fire, just to be sure.
I don't know if that's the best idea, if we don't want to. The town will probably not take that very well.
There's
We can
no-
go around swinging if we want to see if they're in there, but I don't think we should needlessly burn it down. If this note says they're gone, then why wouldn't they be?
Makes sense to me.
Bunch of yellow-bellied heathens, you ask me. Get
Cowards.
scared hearing the might of us coming, of course. The town guard.
I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense if they were going to attack you to run away if you come to them. It's their home turf.
Turf, that's why we scared them out.
No, but they were willing to attack you on your home turf, but you came to them on
But now
their
they-
turf. They know this area, this terrain, where to hide, how to get around. Wouldn't really make sense for them to just get scared and leave after the talk they talked last night.
I do not believe it was out of fear that they left. Simply that they were made known and they are moving on to easier prey.
They wanted that element of surprise.
Well, let's hope that we can take this note at face value.
We'll keep the guard duty up double just in case, and we have you around now for as long as you stay, of course. Yes, I can't speak for Kadroth. We'll go back to the care, and he'll tell you everything he's willing to share now that you've shown your loyalty to us.
Okay.
All right. Begin walking back to the care. You are let inside.
I don't even think I
As-
want to go back.
We're entering into the main keep if and when we get to that point. I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good, but try to disguise it as like saying a prayer of sorts, like go off to myself and then just cast it, and then return to the group.
Can you put in the chat for me, please?
Yes, I can. It is verbal and somatic component. And then I see if there's things around.
There are fiends, but you've also seen that. So you don't know, what is it? It just tells you 30 feet. You know if there is any, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if the place is object 30 feet, you have been magically consecrated or desecrated. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone. The stone blocks a lot of, like the stone of the care itself blocks a lot of your vision, but you see, when you are able to, most of the time, you can see already the tieflings before, or as they're hitting your radar, just because of the stone walls. But you can also tell that all of these amulets are desecrated, much like the mace that you found.
Good. And do I know, is it normal for tieflings to show up as fiends?
You've been playing it as such, so I'll say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People do it differently in different games.
Yep. I've been playing it as they show up as fiends.
Okay, that works. Just making sure. Okay, and I have that up for 10 minutes, and I'll just be following the rest of the group.
All right. They are going to lead you into this great hall again. Let's take a seat. We will get Kadroth down here right away. If you need tea or anything, we can get that for you ready. Anybody? Tea? Ice water, maybe?
Much obliged.
A good stiff drink.
We'll see what we have for stiff drinks.
I think that was called frozen water.
That's what I was just about to say. Heinlein, you're a smart one, you. All right, well, we'll be back. They'll all kind of spread off. And you are, those who wanted tea are brought tea. And to Celeste, we actually only have wine here. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, it'll do.
All right, here's a red wine from a year I'm not aware of, because I don't even remember what year it is right now. Hand it to you. That's Sharp, not knowing the year, not the actual guy.
1479?
Something like that.
1492 minus 2... Oh,
1489.
Oh.
1489 DR.
89.
Dale,
Yeah.
I mean.
I was going to say minus...
so
minus,
close.
Minus 2 years, but it's minus 3 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had the decade wrong.
So this is like a 50-year-old wine or some shit. I don't know. What's good.
I'll actually take some wine.
Oh,
as
here you
well.
go, sir. Merlot, maybe. I don't know. And then Kadroth approaches again from the balcony that he did before and comes down the stairs. Oh, my esteemed guests, I've been told you've rid the town of Durgar. That's quite good to hear. Good to hear you're more than welcome in Caradin of all at any point of time. We were told correctly to trust you. Yes.
Surprised you received word this far out of the way.
We have our way of of your past. Well, no, you weren't that group, were you? We heard deeds of a group. From the towns, word travels fast, but you lot in particular, we got special word on all of you to trust you within our walls. Yes.
Right.
Didn't the tavern guys say that they don't get very many people in town?
Yeah.
May I ask who spoke so highly of us? I have not been in this area for quite some time.
Does he not speak to you all as well?
Who's he?
must not have proven yourselves quite enough to him yet, but enough to be taken into the care.
I mean, if you refer to
us-
someone as he, we've spoken to a lot of he's. You have to be more specific so
Well,
we know
I was
which
just
he
about to,
refer.
young lady, but you so rudely interrupted me.
Sorry, I need another glass of wine to be a little more polite.
That's all right. Bring her another glass of wine, please. This time a better year or such, I don't know. Why, Levistus, of course.
Was it Vistus?
Levistus. Lebistus. Levistus.
Can I roll
Um,
some sort of check to see if that rings a bell? Is that
Yeah,
like a religious figure?
Religion check, yes.
Alright.
it'd be religion. Oh.
18.
6. Shit. Adam knows who it is. Liliana doesn't.
I
Yes.
literally have never heard of this before. so-
Celeste and Orlin,
Oh.
you know of Levistus. He is a Archduke of the Nine Hells. More specifically, the 5th layer of hell.
Okay. I didn't want to roll because I assumed it was just a Icewind Dale thing, but
Nope.
it's okay. Highland also
Aye.
wouldn't fucking know.
Can't say that he's spoken to us. Perhaps it's because we do not share your tiefling blood.
Or you might still yet be heathens, but soon enough you will know. You'll know the ways.
Is that who talks to me?
What?
No, it's a female, right? That I hear.
Yes, you hear
Okay.
a feminine voice. Whether that means he speaks in a feminine voice or not, you're not sure. But you've never been told the name of who's speaking to you, so. But yes, he let us once we were made aware of your plans to cross the Duergar, he let us know that you are to be trusted and let in these walls to remove those scourge from our town. Preferably we move him from Icewind Dale completely, but this is the first step. But I must welcome you now to our group. Of course, you're welcome here anytime. Welcome to the Knights of the Black Sword, everybody.
Knights of the Black Sword, huh?
You have like a secret handshake or something?
No, unless you count being saved by Levistus himself from the frozen well, a secret handshake. No. And from what I can tell, none of you have gone through that yet. At least he
that,
hasn't saved you. I don't know if you've been out in the wastes and not to the point of freezing to death.
So I'm guessing that necklace is your holy symbol.
Yes. In our time of need, when found ourselves lost and alone in the wastes, we found this piece of black ice, as some call it, this chardelin, and Levistus spoke to us through it and gave us warmth to be able to return. And because of such, we devoted our lives to him.
Well, since we're so graciously part of your group, Orlin, didn't you say that there was a mage or something here that you wanted to meet?
Nope.
I believe you did say you wanted to meet a mage. Is that the Arcane Brotherhood mage?
No. It's
I
quite
believe he
alright.
was just asking after her name, not necessarily that they wish to meet. Perhaps a previous acquaintance.
Probably for the better. She's very into her studies, doesn't like to be bothered. Avarice is her name. Pretty new to the Arcane Brotherhood, from what I understand. In the last couple of years. But, yes. She stays here with us and does her studies. keeps to herself mostly, but
Knights of the Black Sword, what are your goals?
you know, we are here to carry out Novistus' plans. And to help Avarice with her quest that she seeks. She hasn't had need of us quite yet, but we do protect the care for her. And of course we're helping the town speaker. Yes. Making sure he is healthy and advising him to what he needs to be advised to. Yes.
I don't like that smile on the DM's face. I'm gonna insight check him.
Yeah, I just like if this dude is even still alive.
I guess I can have dice out more commonly now that things are happening.
What is this quest you guys are seeking? Maybe we can help while we're out and about.
We haven't been told the quest specifically, just that she is looking for something in Icewind Dale, and we will be made aware of it when needed. But until then, we owe our lives to Levistus, and we shall do as he asks. Yes.
Well then, should we be on our way, crew? Into the party.
I mean, I'm kind of
Back
really
to-
curious what her quest is.
Yes, what is your... Maybe we can help you. You helped us. And you can continue to remove Durgar from Icewind Dale, and we can help you in return. And, of course, you can return to the care at any time.
We seek
I don't
to...
think-
Go ahead. Go on.
I don't think we really have any set plans right now to do much of anything.
We were just we had a friend up north that we were gonna check in on. Last time we saw them, they weren't doing so hot. So we came up here, and on the way, we thought we'd check in on Hohar. Is that his name?
Rar.
Huar? Huar? Oh, yes.
Huar.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. And how
Check up on him on our way. Probably go back to his mother and let her know he's doing fine.
Yes, perhaps we could speak with him one more time and see if we can get him to sign a paper. Write something up for his mother, sign it just as proof that we came and found him.
Very strange you would need a note just to say he's fine, but who am I to judge?
I mean, word only
It's probably
goes
a
so
little bit
far.
more.
Let's say we go back empty-handed. She's just gonna send more adventurers coming to look for him.
Give her a peace of mind to get actual something from her son.
Fine by me. Go ahead. He's in the gatehouse. You can find him on the second floor of the outer wall.
Okay. I would like to go find him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna down the rest of my drink. And I'll go with him.
He will send a. Oh, do you need help finding your way there? I can send somebody with you to lead you.
It's alright. You said the gatehouse?
It's the gatehouse. If you go out to the main door, you just have to. There's stairs actually that go right up to it. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
No worries then. We've got it. Thank you so much
All right.
for your hospitality.
Of course. Anytime, please do come back and let us know of your adventures. Go in Lovistus' name.
When they all head that way, I'm gonna stay seated drinking the wine.
Yep, go ahead.
As all of us are standing up and Heinlein does not follow, Sister Liliana just looks back at him and says, "We'll meet you at the gate then."
All right. I nod. I won't be long.
All right.
Take as much time as you need.
All of you head off. Heinlein, what is it that you plan to do in here?
Your master,
Yes.
Levistus. He seems to be a very knowing lord.
Yes.
I don't mean to be too forward here, but I figure it's the best way. If he knows information, there's two things that I've been meaning to wonder. Three things, actually. I don't know to what degree he's got answers or would be willing to let you know for me.
Well, I can try speaking to him. If not, I know somebody who has a little bit better of a connection than me to him that could possibly ask. If you have the time, that is. I don't want to take away from your meeting with this friend of yours.
The sister seemed to imply I had plenty of time to take, so it's not like the sun's coming up and we don't really gotta worry too much about that much. So I guess if it's always night, then you don't really have you don't have a time to escape and get on before. So
Very fair. Well, go ahead and ask, and I'll see what I can do for you first. Because
we had two friends who we lost in a blizzard recently, and I was just curious as to how they were holding up. I don't know if he knows or is able to know if they're doing fine or not.
he closes his eyes and holds his fingers together. I am not getting anything currently. No, I do not. He's not. He's not saying. He's not saying whether either way to me. No.
And that was him not answering, not your connection, right?
Hard to say. I am a little tired. My connection to him could just be faltering at the moment. I do need a rest. It's been a long day.
I suppose. I mean, you've had all this worry about invasion of Duergar.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, that must be it. Yes, that's the problem. I'm so anxious about all these Duergar.
Yeah, you got to be able to protect your lords. I understand. I've had a lord to protect as well, and it's a 24/7 job. So I understand. Would you just prefer if I met with your associate, or while you rest, or I don't want to take up your time if someone else could help out.
I suppose you have done us a great deed. I'll take you to our soothsayer, but you cannot mention that he didn't respond to me at this moment, because he will.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yes,
I would never.
It would just delight her so if she heard such a thing. And we can't have that happening now, can we? All right, come with me. Soothsayer Hythil is upstairs. Yes. And he will begin to lead you up there. Let's join with the other group for a moment while he leads you up to the second floor. You all are heading to the gatehouse, correct? You're not deviating at all? Up to you if you want to. I'm not making you.
No, I'm not deviating.
All right. You head up to these gatehouse, and inside is the Tiefling, Fel, and Warar is there as well. Yes, what can we do for you, fine folk?
We just were requesting a private chat with Hurrah to get him to sign off that we came and talked to him, that his mother can now be at peace.
Fel will look to Warrar, and he'll kind of shrug and grunt. He'll nod. Oh, all right, I'll just be wandering the grounds, I guess, for a little bit. Be right
It
back.
won't be long.
All right, I'll just stand at the top of the stairs. Then I won't go anywhere. And they go outside, close the door. So you want me to sign a paper?
Yes, we can write something up. How about you just write something to your mom, like, yes, I'm having a great time, I'll be fine, don't worry, sign your name, that kind of thing.
He pulls out a parchment and ink and quill and starts writing. And he writes,
As he's writing, I just want to be like, so we've been looped in to Levistus.
Good, that's good. You'll do
Yes.
well here.
How long before we get initiated? What's that process like?
It kind of just happens, I guess. He has to decide your proven, I guess is the word I need. Essentially, what happened with me is I just got lost during the search party in a blizzard. I almost died, and then he saved me, so he obviously thought I was worthy enough to bring in. So if you get lost and he saves you, I guess you're worthy.
Are you fully member? I heard that you were still sort of at a training kind of level.
Yeah, I've gone up a few ranks. I'm not just a basic member anymore. Still working to get higher, though, obviously.
Right.
At this point, you can see he wrote, Cora, I'm fine. Don't check on me again. Warrar.
I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and just oh, this is so silly. Your mother wanted us to say a quick prayer, and I want to cast protection from evil and good on him.
Okay.
Yes, blessings of the mother, let her wonderful embrace guide you, yada yada yada. But I'm casting on him. If he's like, what I'm essentially hoping is that if he's being possessed, this might help him fight it, even for a moment.
I was going to ask if my detection of evil and good was still up, if it was just the amulet, or if he gave off any sort of signal.
Let me double check your wording on this.
You would have advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Only the amulet shows up for you, sister.
Good to know.
Try and find out resist, and they would get a new saving throw. Okay. Yeah. Your spell goes off.
With advantage.
Yeah, your spell goes off. Alright, is that the spell of some heathen spell my mother's talking about?
Yes, it's supposed to protect you from
Or
evil
prayer, sorry.
and good and whatnot.
Well, I'm more than protected, so don't have to worry about
Wonderful.
that silly nonsense.
I just kind of sigh to Leliana and Celeste and shrug my shoulders.
If I may ask, I'm not familiar with this Levistus. Could you tell me more about him?
Yeah, he he was seen as I don't know, the other lords of the Nine Hells trapped him some kind of ice, but being unable to move his body, he worked on his mind, and that's how he's able to talk with us. And it seems the Dorg are here are working with a different Lord of the Nine Hells to try and stop him from reaching out to us, so that's why we're trying to get rid of him.
Who is their lord?
I haven't been told that information yet.
Is he stuck in the ice around your neck, or is Levistus
No.
stuck in another ice
He's
somewhere
stuck
else?
He's in the fifth layer of hell, right? Fifth layer. But he was made ruler of it, though he cannot move. Just kind of out of. The last ruler got killed. It was a whole thing. And now he's the ruler. He's appointed ruler.
Tell me, if you know this, is part of the process of joining, somehow becoming a tiefling? I know it's a quite strange idea, but seems to be a lot of
No.
tieflings worshipping in part of this.
No, there's just tieflings tend to have more connection with the Nine Hells, so
Good.
he tends to reach to them more.
I rather like being who I am, so.
Yes, you'll stay who you are if he deems you worthy. Any
Well,
other weird questions or
I mean, I can come up with all sorts
wishes
of weird
from my
questions.
mother? I'd rather you didn't.
what was your falling out with your mother?
She tried to take the gift Levistus gave from me, and I knew I needed to come here as soon as the tieflings came and explained what Levistus did for me. I knew I had to follow him and do as he pleased in return for saving my life.
What do you know of the town speaker that's sick? Is it a contagious kind of thing? Am I gonna get the croup?
But if you don't go in the same room with him, you'll be fine.
Where is that room so I can avoid it?
Just stay to the northeast tower in the main hall and you'll be fine. You will be escorted to other rooms if you need to go anywhere else.
Alright.
Sorry, the northeast tower?
Yes,
That's
the
where we
northeast
stay, bud.
tower.
I kind of am folding his paper, putting it in, like, my satchel.
Alright, you can go now, I guess, and do as Levistus asks of you.
Yes, hopefully we will meet again soon.
Thank you for your
Alright.
time and humoring our requests.
Yep. It's the least I could do. At least I could do for you, all that helped us. And you guys leave, and the teeth are just standing directly outside of the door. Oh, it took a little longer than you said, but I didn't need to go far. You start heading out into the courtyard. We'll come back to Heinlein here, who is led up to the second balcony. You go through that door that Kadroth, has been coming in and out of as you guys enter, and then at the end of this hallway there are two doors, and he walks you down to those doors and goes into the right one. Or he opens the door to the right one. He doesn't go in. He says, "Oh God, you're fine. It's me, Kadroth. You know me. if you want to come out here, our esteemed guest is going to speak with the soothsayer. He has some questions that might be of relevance to our Lord and Savior. I forgot the name. I've been saying it for so long. Levistus. Yes,
That's probably
Levistus.
why you didn't have a good connection.
A human guard comes out, and you are let into this dark room.
Okay.
A chilly draft wafts through this bedroom. Despite a roaring fire in the hearth. Bundled under a thick quilt and seated in a squat rocking chair in front of the fire is a vulnerable dwarf with a wooden peg where her right foot should be. Next to her on a small table is a plate of food. And as she creaks back and forth in this chair, she slowly turns her head up to you, eyes almost look shut just from all of the sagging skin on her face. She's got this her hair is white with this top bun as well as 2 braids on either side of her. And she kind of croakingly says to you,
Ah, damn it, I've been dreading this day. Come in, come in.
I come in. Is it just like a floor to sit on in front of her? Because I know you said she's bundled in blankets and stuff.
yeah, there's a bed behind her, but there's nothing.
Oh, okay.
There's no other furniture.
Okay. So you said she was sitting on the floor
She's sitting in a rocking chair.
in a rocking chair. Okay.
Yep.
I will sit on the floor in front of her. And it's I know it's drafty. Well, thank you for your time, ma'am.
Don't bother with pleasantries with me. I've only got so much time left here. Now, child, what is your question?
Recently, my companions and I were caught in a blizzard, and 2 of our friends, we got separated from them. And I was hoping that maybe your lord might have an understanding of how they're doing, if he might know with all his knowledge.
Your friend has not yet spoken with Levistus. He made it out of that blizzard on his own.
Second, I've been having these visions and an experience, and it's ever since it's happened. Every single night, it's every dream I have. And I don't know if he has an understanding of it or what, but I've been. An old friend of mine has been appearing in my life recently. Someone who's long dead. Not long. Someone who's dead. And I keep being visited by his spirit. I don't know if he knows why or what. It just...
Another time, one of you turned away from a possible invitation from Levistus. Yes, he knows about this. That man made you an oath, did he not?
Yes.
Well, he is just fulfilling that oath, and from what I understand, what power he had, wherever he got it from, it's dissipated from you now.
I have noticed his gift's been missing. In the pocket that I keep it in, it's just been dust. Okay. My third question is, does Levistus know the location of Ariel?
He does, yes.
Would he be willing to share that information?
He would for something in return.
Unfortunately, I have a master of my own that I'm sworn to, and everything I do is for him. So I'm not quite able to, give allegiance if that's what he's looking for. I don't know what else he might be requesting.
He's not looking for your allegiance, boy. He's looking for you to, from what I understand you already know, exterminate the Dwerga presence here in Icewind Dale, but it goes so much deeper than you're aware. He wants you to go for the top, not this Nildar Sunblight or his damned brother. Those oofs, they don't know what they're talking about or doing. They're just listening to their father.
Okay.
They're
Is
just
the
running
father-
around, errand boys, looking for this chardalin so their father can finish his construct.
Is the father the one Leviticus wants dead?
Yes.
What information can you give me on that?
Zardarok Sunblight.
Sorry,
He's
what
a
was
dwarf. Zardarok Sunblight. Xardorok.
Okay. Okay.
Dwerger warlord. He's come up from the Underdark to conquer Icewind Dale. He's under these delusions that some demigod Dwerger is telling him to conquer this land, but it's further from the truth than he is aware. He's in direct allegiance with a demon warlord himself. Not warlord, just a lord, sorry. I got over dramatic. Still, it's the Lord of the Nine Hells that he's working for. He's been tricked. You can find Zardark in his fortress. It's on the surface. You don't have to go down the Underdark. I know it can be scary for you humans. It's in the surface. It's hidden within the spine of the world. There's a forge there. It has the still beating heart of a red dragon in it. And this is where he makes his construct. Zardark he's planning to systematically destroy 10 towns. But you will die if you go there too soon. You are not yet ready. You must test yourself against the perils of Icewind Dale first.
Well, it seems as though they're not having good luck getting Chardalin as it is, so I think we probably have time.
He has more than you're aware of. Zardark has become twisted by his new demonic lord and this Chardalin. He thinks his sons are trying to usurp him. He's just sent him out on a quest to find this Chardalin. If they can find some, good for them. Otherwise, they're far enough away they can't. He thinks they're going to usurp him. Those two idiots don't know anything about becoming rulers.
What's this lord, this demon lord? I'm sorry, I don't know too much about the Nine Hells.
She kind of leans back in her chair and it stops rocking as she lays her head against the back of the chair. His name is Osmodius. As you can hear the final breath of this person leave her body, and she sits still. And that is where we'll take our break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Swindler's Den presents Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Before our break, our group did a little canoodling with the Knights of the Black Sword and got on their good side. Learned some things, lots of things actually, about some devil lords and the such. We had just Heinlein had just talked with the soothsayer of the Knights of the Black Sword, who gave a lot of lore and exposition, and then died. So Heinlein, you are currently in this room with this dead dwarf,
With Dead Hethel.
dead Hethel.
Can I tell that she is dead? Is that an obvious thing to me?
I mean, she's not moving, but you can do a medicine check. You kind of heard that last gasp there.
I don't know what I got. Probably nothing. Probably, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, but she seems like
yeah.
it.
Yeah, with that, I stand up. I bow. I say a word of grace in Dwarven. She died. Went to go see her lord. With that, I turn around and I start to exit.
As you open the door, you see Kadroth is standing there with the guard that was in the room. Oh, did you get all the information you needed from our soothsayer?
Yes, I got some. Pretty much, yeah. I suppose.
Oh, splendid, splendid. Well, God, you can go back in.
About that.
Yes.
So, Levistus, through your soothsayer, suggested that if we were to help you get rid of the Duergar from Icewind Dale, he'd be able to help relay some information I've been seeking.
Yes, yeah, it sounds
Which-
reasonable enough.
To me, sounds like a great lead for myself on what I'm doing, and that sounds like something I'm hopefully going to accomplish. But as soon as she let out that information, and it seemed like it was an mutual understanding, it seems as though Levistus decided it was her time.
Oh, that's a shame to hear. A guard, go check on her, please. Make sure it wasn't
I know you
ill
were.
intent.
I understand you were. You had a close relationship with her. It seemed.
Oh yes, very
Well,
close indeed.
Unfortunately, I suppose it just means that you will probably have the strongest connection to Levistus in this castle.
Of
I
course.
pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah, the guard comes back out. Yes, it seemed she died of natural causes. No injuries or signs of anything. Oh, it's a damn shame too. Oh, how I grieve for her. Yes, awful indeed. I need my cat for soothing, please. Touche, where are you? You see this black cat come out of a room behind him and jumps up in his arms. Yes, awful indeed. We must prepare funerals for her. Will you be around for that, or?
No, I think me and my compatriots have some traveling to get ahead of us. But obviously, we thank you for your time, and if we have anything to report on the Duergar situation, we might come back and.
Yes, please do, and we will, of course, keep her last words to you, and keep your information trade
if you get the information Levistus needed, of course. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in such grief over her death. It's awful.
All right. um,
He just seems so torn up about it.
yeah. I guess I'll go to start trying to meet the rest of the gang.
I'd weep tears, but they'd freeze to my face. Even in this warm castle of ours that Levistus provided. And yeah, when the guards will walk you outside as he continues this over dramatic response to the death of the soothsayer, that's very obviously fake. Leads you outside. What are the rest of you doing as Heinlein comes out of the keep?
I don't have any plans in particular. Just waiting by the gate, like we would say, or like we had said we would.
Yeah, I'll wait for Heinlein to get here before we discuss anything.
Alright. Heinlein gets there.
Hi.
Sorry
Shall
that
we-
took a little bit longer than I was expecting it to.
Quite all right. Shall we get on the road then?
Yes, let's.
Yeah, suppose where do we, I guess my thoughts were maybe we go back, we, let, Cora know about her son. Maybe go check on, Celeste's belongings in the boat or whatever.
Those sound like fine endeavors to undertake.
I'm okay with going to the boat.
So once
Yeah.
as we get further away from the castle, like
Well,
out of earshot.
Before you get further
Yeah.
away from the castle,
Okay, that's-
you walk up to the first door, and you know the whole process. The door begins to creak open, but as it does this, two figures land on the wall above the door. You see these almost stony figures with these large bat-like wings. One of them is a little stouter and chubbier than the other. It has this low-hanging lower jaw. And the other's a little bit thinner, a little more muscular. Jaw isn't as low-hanging, but it's much larger than the top part of his head, and they both have horns. The smaller of the two has like a broken horn on the one side, and both of them kind of begin laughing to each other with these large teeth hanging out of their mouths. Just and from behind you, you hear a quick caw of a raven as somebody says, "So it is true. The prodigal son, is that correct? Is here. Levistus told me you'd be here. And if you turn around, you will see this white tiefling. Her hair's white, skin's white, eyes are red. And she's wearing it's not like super thick clothing, but it's thick enough. And around her collar are these white feathers with speckles on them, as well as the bottom of her winter coat. And she carries this very long stick, where the bottom half, the whole thing appears to be made out of ice, but where she has her hand is like wrapped in leathers, as it comes up into kind of a crystalline shape at the top. And I will show you a picture of her and her companions. You meant to leave without saying hello to me, Orlin. That's a little rude of you. I know you don't know me, but we'll be working together soon, and I wanted to get a good look at your face before you left.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Oh, now don't be so surly, Orlin. You get that from her, don't you? Yes, Well, it's unfortunate she couldn't find what she was set out to look for. but don't worry, I'm gonna make a breakthrough soon enough, and you'll be there when I do find it.
Is
I
it a
can tell.
race then between you and her?
It's a race between all of us, though it seems the other two are not going to be joining us in that race much longer. Or, at this point, one of them I think is gone. I don't know. Haven't heard from her in a while. I think you've heard of the happening in East Haven, though.
Whoa. Oh, the murders. Okay. I was gonna ask what, but yes, what is this item we all race toward?
An item. You think it was a singular item that we've been looking for all this time. It's cute. It's very cute. No. It's much more grand than that, and you'll see in time.
You know, I know much of Veleni, and I could prove quite useful in beating her to this goal, and you know, I would love to see someone put her in her place. So the more you're willing to fill me and my friends in, the more able I will be to help.
In due time, Orlin, I will tell you everything. But for now, it'll be my little secret. I will send Skelm to you when I need you. As she says this, the raven kind of hops on her horn and begins squawking again.
I suggest you don't let it get back to her that I was here, if you require my help.
The more secrets, the better. All right. Well, you can be on your way. I just, again, had to get a good look at that face I've heard so much about.
Yes. Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure's all mine. Gurgle, you can be on your way. Continue scouting, please. At this, both the gargoyles laugh at each other and get up and start flying away. You can hear the scratching of stone as their wings take flight to the air. And she begins walking back to the keep. If you ever need me, just tell Kadrith that you're in my favor. I'll be in my study. As the doors close behind her and the guards put the bar back up.
Well, that mystery's solved.
You, friends with her, or?
Never seen her before in my life.
You sure seem to know a lot about you.
Yes.
At this point, the first set of door and bars have opened, and you're ushered into that central area as they close and the other ones begin to open, and you are let outside of the cab.
I wanna go up to Heinlein and kind of tug on his pant leg or his cape or something. Do you think we're gonna have to kill her? Do you think she's one of the servants? You saw her staff, right?
I'd wondered about it, but I mean, she seems to be some kind of magician, so maybe it's, you know, I mean, if she is, we'll know for sure soon enough.
What we want to do, we want to eradicate all of her Ariel servants, right?
Well, I want to eradicate Ariel. If they get in the way, you know, then, you know, death to them, as they'd want it.
Right.
maybe we can find out more about her. And he looks towards Orlin.
I was truthful when I say I do not know her.
No, sorry, I believed you. What I meant to say was, I guess what I was implying was you seem to know, she's part of the Brotherhood, but you seem to have mutual friends. You may have better insights into her loyalties.
Oh, that mutual friend her and I share. Seems that they are no longer allied. Seems we are pieces, pawns in some greater scheme now. Competition. For what, I have no clue.
She mentioned someone in East Haven that is at least nearby. Should we investigate that as perhaps a lead on what she is referring to?
Was she referring to a person or the murders there?
The person
Said in the
who,
incident, so I just...
yeah, there. I don't know. Have you been told this information, or does only Heinlein know it still?
No, I think I mentioned it.
Yeah, there's the wizard that killed adventurers in East Haven.
Because that's how I know what the Brotherhood, Arcane Brotherhood is.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it before.
Yes, I believe she was referring to herself. The murders in East Haven probably were her doing, but perhaps we could head there and see who she took out, and possibly that would lead us to why.
Before we go much further down this road in planning our adventures together, and Liliana's demeanor changes, like the demure sister act drops and says, "Are you willing to work with devil worshippers to accomplish your goals?" Because that's what's happening there. Literal evil incarnate, and they are worshipping it. Cool with that. Just need to test the waters here.
Yes. Shaking my head no.
No, I assumed we were like a ways away from the castle at this point.
Right.
Yeah, you're always away
I'm
from the
assuming that raven is following us.
Do I see the raven?
You can do a perception check. You don't see a raven.
Can
You
I
don't
look
see
for the
gargoyles
raven?
either. Yeah.
17.
Yeah, you don't see a raven or gargoyles. The raven you saw go into the keep with her. You can assume it stayed with her.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure it
The
wasn't
gargoyles went off. Yeah, you don't see any of them.
I will tell all that I know. But no, I'm not okay with it.
Okay, so that's a
But-
no from Orlin. How about you, Celeste? Is it a no from you?
Oh, I want to get those things off of their neck. I
Why?
tried because that's the black stuff that you guys said was bad, right?
Yes, but you also said you wanted to get it off their neck and not just destroy it. You said that very
Well,
specifically.
I mean, the first step is getting it off of them, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, when they're walking in front of you in a group of 5 and you're a small halfling, getting it off of them is usually the first step.
So it's you wish to obtain the black ice, hopefully to destroy, is what I'm hearing.
I mean, if I know how to destroy it, yeah, why not?
That I love the commitment there. Heinlein, what about you? You seemed very
Sorry,
close to them and had a private conversation.
I'm trying to like get myself back because I know I knew this was coming, but I gotta get back in Highland.
Did you have a good chat?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose they're just everyone has a master, but I mean, if they're not
but
an issue,
again,
I guess I'm not seeing
ooh,
what they're doing. It seems more like they're helping us than they've done anything to hurt our cause.
but you see, every one of them, the stones around their neck, fully desecrated, evil magic, literally worshipping evil incarnate as one of the devils. Nothing that they are going to produce is good.
I mean, they've took us in. The
Duergar took us in too, and you weren't too happy with their hospitality.
Duergar was only going to let us be fine if we went in and did battle. It took
they just wanted us to steal.
My understanding was that they wanted us to kill the tiefling, and they would take the stone, the stuff.
But you had no knowledge of what the tieflings would ask of us. Which they then asked us to go to battle for them as well.
I think not to interrupt or be rude. Well, I'm always rude, so I mean, but I think Kylan's thing was the lion, the saying we were going to give it to him and not give it to him.
Well, that's going to be a problem. Because I think our best bet is to continue working, getting closer to them until the right opportunity shows its head. And we can snatch the ore.
If you want to take the ore from them, they have been, I can only say that they've done nothing but help our cause. Between helping us avoid our fights, I gesture to willing to negotiate instead of straight up war, as I, nod to Zavros, or gesture to Zavros. And again, I was able to get answers from them. I say out loud, Axel's doing fine. Their lord was able to tell me that Axel's doing fine. He's not dead.
Orlin kind of lights up with just a little bit of a smile hearing that good news.
I also know that these Duergar, I met with their soothsayer.
Good.
And she let me know that these Duergar also worship devils. And they want those devils, they want them taken out. If we're able to take them out, they can let us know where Ariel is.
But why do they want them taken out?
Because they want to take out the 10 towns. Apparently they're building some construct, use it in the spine of the world. They're building some construct. They're amassing Chardolin, and they're gonna destroy the 10 towns in the name of Asmodeus or something like that. But if we take them out, their rival gang, Levistus said he'd let us know where Ariel is.
How very kind of him.
That is, we've been wanting information. We didn't necessarily want to create a ruckus, so we wanted information, and we can get that without it having to be just us. What I mean to say is, they're willing to talk and negotiate and not actually... they have yet to do something that is at odds with what we're doing.
So we will just wait until they commit some sort of atrocity? And then we'll turn our backs on them?
If they turn their backs on us, I see no issue with killing them.
So
if they dare go against the mission, then I have no problem killing them.
But if, for the sake of the mission, they wish to enslave the entirety of this town, you're fine with that? That doesn't go against the mission. If they tell us where Oriel is, but they need to take everyone as their slave or murder everyone in this town, are you all right with that?
He looks around town. It seems as though that's not what they're doing.
But if they ask of it...
But they haven't asked of it, is what I'm saying.
Feel there are other avenues we could explore instead of immediately throwing our lot in with Levistus. Have you spoken to anyone else? Any of the other religious leaders, wizards, anyone else related to this matter?
Not yet, but this is the only person so far able to give me information.
Great, so we'll put that on a list of possibilities.
If we can find other ways to find out where Ariel is, that's fine. I'm saying I don't have any real regard towards these people. They're doing what they do to serve their master. And they have yet to do anything in which that crosses my ability to serve mine.
I am glad to know where you stand then on this matter, Heinlein. And I'll point back to the castle. I am not entering that place again unless we are going in there to destroy all of the Chardalin. If you want to continue to do dealings, I will wait outside.
Old man, do you know how to destroy the Chardalin?
Me?
Yeah. You seem to know a lot about it.
I don't know. Maybe a powerful dispel magic, a hammer. I've not studied it enough. But I'm sure there's a way. Look, Liliana. I know this is hard for you. I don't want to serve the Vistus either, and I don't plan on it. As I promised a friend, there would be no more bowing. But, perhaps gaining trust so we can get closer isn't a bad plan.
So, no more bowing, but just bowing for a little bit longer.
No.
Oh.
Our intent is... We're being tactful. We're being tactical. Our intent is to destroy it. This is our best way. What do you think? We should charge in there, guns blazing. We're going to take out the whole castle. Stealth.
No,
cloak and dagger.
That is much more preferred than trying to advance any of the goals of those inside the castle. In my opinion, I now know of two
How are their goals
to be eliminated.
as far as I can tell, they have similar goals as us. Those Duergar out there, they want them destroyed. Those Duergar out there are also trying to destroy the 10 towns. How is that
Correct.
not aligned with what you want to save the 10 towns?
Oh, I
Right.
wish to destroy both of them. I have no intention of playing nice with either one of them.
Yes, Heinlein, this, Levistus, I'm not sure how much you know of them, but, they are a Devil Lord. And, I'm sure whatever end they're trying to reach is not a good one for the rest of the realm.
I don't care, I guess. That's as plain and simple as I can give.
You
They-
want to...
I don't. They have their own things. If they come into clash with what any of us are wanting to do, we can stand against them. It's not that. But for now, it seems as though they haven't. It seems as though they've had no plans that seem to be against what we're doing. I guess I'm taking people at their words. Because words matter at this moment. Your oaths matter. And if people are going to break their oaths, that's fine. I am more than willing to strike them down if they can't serve if they don't serve their oaths, if they don't serve their masters, I will strike them down. That's fine. But I'm not going to decide that every single person out there could be trying to get against me. I'm not going to strike down every person I meet just because they could backstab me.
Why do you want to take down Oriel?
She murdered everyone else that was left over. She spit in the face of my lord. And I'm not about to let her get away with that.
So it's a purely selfish act.
Selfish? No.
Oh.
Everything I do for my lord.
Who is your lord?
Sir Baldric Fellhawk.
And what does he have to do with the 10 towns? Why are you here on his orders?
This is where we were making our escape. This is where he was supposed to live his life.
Is he with
And now
you then?
everything... No.
So you're keeping promises to a dead man, along with other dead people for revenge.
Where... I'm sorry. Sister, was it?
Yes.
Keeping promises to someone who's beyond this plane?
Yes.
Is that what you're gonna mock?
When you're saying that this is some holy, righteous thing, when it sounds very selfish. You are doing this for revenge for the people that were injured,
Or is
just related
honor.
to you. You do not care about these towns at all. It is only because of the people that were impacted related to you.
related to my lord?
Same thing.
I'm sorry, but it seems as though your distaste for these people is purely selfish.
My distaste for them is because of my promises as well, where I have promised myself to the antithesis of what they stand for. And if you wish to strike down those who break their oaths, if we are going to continue traveling and working with them, then you better strike me down now, Heinlein, because I would be breaking my oath. I wish to rid this place of Oriel's influence and bring the light back to the 10 towns.
Then don't
You want to
break-
get revenge for your friends and family who died.
Might be adding a little bit of fuel to the fire, but I think there's a way you both can get what you want.
Little drunk, please tell me your plan.
Well, you want to destroy the black stuff, right? You don't know how to destroy it. Orlin wants to get close to him for information. The closer we can get to them, the easier it'll be to get the Shardlin when we know how to destroy it. We can hunt Ariel while we figure it out.
They have provided very useful information that we can take advantage of. I do not want to do anything that will advance their goals.
I'm not suggesting anything more than something that sounds like you would want to do already. Take out the Duergar. Right?
Yes, and also take out the tieflings in that castle. Those are both my goals.
Right. I'm sorry, but taking out the Duergar is furthering their goals. Isn't it not? Is it not their goals?
Tis their goals.
Right. I'm not asking you to do anything to break your distaste of them.
It's not.
I'm saying
distaste.
we have similar goals. I'm not asking you to do anything. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to like them. You don't have to interact with them ever again. I'm just saying, if we take out those Duergar, that's all three of our parties. Me, you, them, all of us are happy with that. I can get the information I need to take out Ariel after that.
Who knows? By that time, we might not even need them for the information.
Unless we take out those Duergar, may never even step foot in this town again.
That would be perfectly fine with me.
So which town? Now that we have everything laid out, what do people want to go do? I told Celeste I'd go bring her. I'd after this, we've dealt with, we've investigated the tieflings. We know what the tieflings are about. We know what's happened with the sun. I'm fine with going to bring Celeste back to her boat.
For the sake of travel, if we do want to see if there's any information to be had in East Town, we could ask around there and then head to the boat, just for the sake of not traipsing across the towns quite as often.
I would like to go home, get a few things. While we're in the area. While we're there, ask about those deaths.
All right, to East Haven.
Haven.
Zert, get the birds ready.
Eric doesn't want to talk to the birds ever again. But if Trax tells Zerk, Big Trax,
Derek.
I am
Get
Zerk.
the birds.
and Zerk will get the birds. Zerk scurries off back to the castle to get the birds. You have the birds. The birds are with you. Yeah, you mount up on your birds and take off to East Haven. Again, another longer trek. It takes about 4.5 hours to get there, so it's a little after midday by the time you get there. Let's bring you to East Haven, folks. We are in the home of Zavros and Orlin, and was Mila's home. So yeah, as you pull up to East Haven, you come from the East Way, which is over here, and you make your way into town. Orlin, you would know where the stables are, and they're pretty early on in the town if you want to leave your Axe Speaks there. I forget what I've been charging, so I'll just say a silver piece if you want to leave your Axe Speaks there. Each.
How many Axe Speaks are there?
3.
3? Yeah,
Axe
I'll
Speaks.
Celeste will pay for it.
Alright, Celeste covers you. You can start making your way into town. Where do you want to go first?
Is this lake frozen over?
Let me double check that for you. Yes, it is. It is because the ferry is not operating because
That's right. That's right.
Orlin, your shop/house is going to be over here.
Works for me.
I'm gonna go find some food. And the drunk needs a drink.
Davros, let's head to my place. Liliana, if you want to swing by, join us. But if you have other plans...
Where can I go to get said drink and food? Old man?
The Wet Trout is the local tavern.
The Wet Trout. It's actually not too far from my place, so I can walk you most of the way there.
I appreciate it.
Would I know of any temples to the Morning Lord here, or anyone that'd be more sympathetic to them in East Haven?
There isn't a temple to the Morning Lord here.
Okay.
Let me roll something. Where's my dice? The local temple actually went out of not business, but it's been shut down for quite a while. The people running it have not made it over the years.
I'm not aware of any of the previous people that have survived.
And as we're walking, I'm like,
Oh, and if this is your first time in town, keep a close eye on your pockets.
Good to know.
I think, because I don't know if I would necessarily know that the temple isn't running anymore, so I think I would head to the temple, just knowing that it's around, to see if I could find anyone there. I'm not sure where that is in town, but I would head in that direction.
Yeah, you can all kind of move as a unit towards where the more the business is in town. Highland, are you joining everybody, or what's your...
Yeah, I'm gonna head with them, and then when Celeste breaks off, I'll head with Celeste to the Wet Trout.
All right. As you guys start getting towards more of the center of town, you start to see more and more people that are almost gathering as a crowd, but they're moving in bigger groups than you've seen in other towns. Usually it's smattering of people, even in Bryn Shander, where there is more people moving. They're kind of moving independently of each other, but it seems like everybody is moving in one direction towards the center of town.
Curious.
I guess I would be somewhat interested.
Yeah.
This being my hometown.
Yeah. You guys got
Is this-
festivals going on here or something?
Is this you normal?
Is this normal, Baka?
Only when there's events happening.
Some sort of event, I guess. I don't know. Perhaps we should just ask.
Can I grab somebody from the crowd?
You can grab somebody that's walking, but you grab
What?
like a young woman, not teenager, but like 20s.
Excuse
Oh.
me, ma'am.
Yes, what?
Where's everyone headed?
Well, the execution, of course. They're executing the wizard that killed all those people.
Oh. Of course. Yes, silly me. Must have slipped my mind.
Will I see you there, or?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Okay, yeah, well, come and find me. Strong
Come and
grip.
find
Can
me.
you let me go, please?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay,
I'm like resisting every urge just to say this is a small town. They know who each other. They know each other.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big town. I mean, it's bigger than.
Smaller than Bridgeshander.
Yeah.
It's tiny. They went to high school together. You know it.
Seems they're executing a wizard. Don't know if it's actually the correct wizard, as we just met the likely culprit. Should we investigate, or?
I mean, weren't you under the impression that it was old lady,
Avarice.
young lady, whatever her, what with the stick?
Yes, I believe her name was Avarice. Yes, I just don't know how we're gonna convince them. Plus, we don't have any proof. Perhaps we should go over and see what the crowd's saying, or...
I do not wish to watch an execution today. That is... You are all welcome, but I will abstain.
I'd rather not as well, but, I'm just worried that they might be killing an innocent man. Or woman.
I mean, what can we do to stop it?
I don't know.
I mean, what's worse than watching a normal execution than watching someone who could be innocent? Be a lot worse.
Alright,
You
fine.
could just go let them know.
I'm gonna grab somebody else.
What was the name of the wizard they're executing today?
Orlin, what? It's some red wizard. Dzan, I think. It's weird to pronounce this. Missing a vowel in there. Dzan, DZ, Dzan. Does that make that noise, Orlin?
Yes, Red Wizard.
Yeah, he's wearing all red. Some kind of red wizard. He killed some adventurers that have helped the town in the past. Left him out in the ice caves, from what we hear.
How did they catch him?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Does the name ring any bells?
Yes, you know the name Dzan.
What do I know of the person?
You know he's part of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Okay.
That he's a red wizard.
When I hear Red Wizard, I was thinking Red Wizards of Thay.
Yeah, he's a red wizard. He's part of the Arcane Brotherhood. And
Are they
he
the
was
same?
also looking for something. Let me double check on that because I think I looked at it at one point. And now I forget it.
So he could likely be.
Yeah, Red Wizard of Thay.
Okay. So he's not part of the Arcane Brotherhood.
He is part of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Okay, so they're one and the same. Okay.
He is a Red Wizard of Thay, but was welcomed into the Arcane
Gotcha.
Brotherhood.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm not gonna be, partaking, but, I'll probably be around today if you end up needing something from the shop.
Oh, well,
Ointment for those old,
I mean,
yeah, never mind.
It's a good good source of warmth if you're needing it in time. Oh, the speaker's looking for you, though. We've heard of your exploits over in Bremen and Lonelywood, so maybe he'll stop by later today if you're in town.
Wonderful. All right. Take care.
All right, you send him off.
Never mind. Let him die. Let's go.
You start heading off to your homes, and you're looking for a temple. And from behind you, you do see like a flame light up in the air, but that is it from that area.
What is this town makeup of like races and stuff?
Like most towns, it's mostly human. There are quite a few halflings here as well, gnomes. Few half orcs, but
Right.
again, mostly human.
So if there are humans and they're gathered around this thing, I don't have to see it. Okay.
Yeah, for those of you in the audience, he was burned, so they light this tindering underneath him, and he lights up pretty quick from the wind. As the wind picks up, and the crowd gathers around for warmth, very sadistic. But hey, you take it where you can get it. So you guys keep going. Let's go to the temple first. So Liliana, not too far from where this is happening, you see this very decrepit temple that was for the Sun Lord.
I would like to go with her since it was on the way, and I'm just gonna wait outside for a little bit.
Okay.
Let her do her thing.
You can do that.
Liliana goes in and obviously seeing that it's decrepit and not in use anymore, but she's still going to go around and at least do a cursory cleanup of like the altar and some of the accoutrement and things like that. Not a full clean, but at least get it cleaned up, and then probably seeing that Orlin was waiting would let him know, like, I'm going to be a minute. I'll meet you at your shop. As she's going to take off her armor, so she's just in her vestments, essentially. Sets her shield aside, takes out her loot, and then lights, if there's any candles left, or just lights up the room so that there's light in here as well, and says a prayer to her god. So she prays to Nalil. So she just in half a song, half a prayer, asking for guidance and knowledge and strength with the revelations that she's just had.
All right, do a religion check for me, please.
That's going to be real bad. Could I do a performance check?
Yeah, I'll allow you to do performance.
Because he's the god of poetry. Yes.
17. Yes, you feel a slight warmth rush over you as you're playing this music. And as you finish and look up, you see a little kobold just like trying to clean one of the vessels.
Sir, can't big tracks with the clean.
You did good, Zerk. You did good. I'm proud
Okay.
of you.
At least you left the bird somewhere else.
As you're doing that, we had Heinlein and actually no, let's go with Orlin first. Orlin Zavros, go back to Orlin's shop/house. I believe you live there, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct. Don't worry, it's correct.
I have a whole story about the word correct, but I'm not going to tell right now.
If it's okay, I'll hold off just so that because I wanted to have a moment with Liliana. But essentially, while I wait for her, I will on the way to there. I would have pointed out the wet trout for the other two, and then I would have went off to my shop. And just like while I'm waiting for her, I'm just like, taking out some of the new ingredients that we've collected on our adventure so far and turning it into components and things. And I'd be collecting my alchemy supplies to bring with me in our future travels.
As you do open the door to your shop, you see a small, there's essentially a mail slit in your door, and somebody had put something through that while you were gone.
My finger.
All right, I'll pick it up and read it.
As you read it, let me get to the correct words here. Where did you leave it, sir?
It's in our Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I can't find it though. You remind yourself to do things in our chat, and I lost the thing.
Sorry.
Oh,
I found it.
Okay.
I'll just resend it in our chat.
I found it. So on the parchment it says, "Friends, I have gone back to my tribe to get their help. Shinar is with me, and we will return with reinforcements. Axel." And there is also 100 gold pieces with the letter.
Bro, you didn't see anything. No. Yeah, Orlin just kind of holds it and is like, "Yes, good news."
And did you say you were doing something else while you were here?
Yeah, I'm just getting my components all ready and waiting for Liliana to show up.
Okay, but we can resolve that now too. If Liliana wants to enter.
Yeah, I would go with Zerk, armor back up, go back into my normal.
Zerk can't armor back up. Zerk hasn't no armor.
We'll deal with that at some point. I don't know if you should be wearing armor yet. You have to earn the armor.
Trust Zerk. Zerk had done nothing but listen to you, Big Trex.
Right, but we've also only known each other for like 3 days.
Maybe 2, says Zerk. Maybe 1. I don't remember the timeline anymore.
It gets a bit fuzzy. Not long. Yeah, then I would head to Orlin shop.
They show up to this kind of small shop. The sign outside, it literally is just like, doesn't even have a store name. It's just a fucking like alchemy symbol. It's like the laziest shop ever. If you knock on the door, he comes to the door. He sees Zerk. He's like, "Oh, Zerk, I think I have a couple shingles loose on the roof. Maybe you could see to that."
Oh, Zerk, do this. Zerk, do that. Zerk. As he's climbing up.
Come on in.
Like, as he's doing that, I call out to him like, "You can also just wait outside the door. Don't leave. Don't chase anything."
Can't promise that. I'm going to work on the shingles.
Okay.
Thank you, Zerk. When she comes in, I'm like, "He's a blabbermouth. Can't have him around for this." So, we have a lot to discuss. Zavros, Liliana. I'm just saying that it includes Zavros in here. I wish Tommy was here.
I have a feeling you have many questions regarding that incident in at the care.
Which incident? You'll have to be a bit more specific.
Avarice, the wizard.
Yeah, that was on my list of questions as well.
I figured it was. And, fortunately, this is not information I feel quite ready to share with our friend Heinlein. He's very set in his ways.
Indeed he is. But I am as well, so...
Yes. So, any questions you have, I'm willing to answer now.
I mean, who is this Velini that you thought Avarice was? What is the connection there? Are you part of the Brotherhood?
No.
Okay.
Not, anymore. Not really. Melanie was sort of a mother to me. In the loosest terms. She saved me one day from a cruel fate out in the snow. I was young, and she took me in as her apprentice. She is a member of this arcane brotherhood. One day, I learned of her plans to overrun East Haven with the zombies, the undead, and I came to warn the town. So, reason I don't share this information with our friend Heinlein, you can see. Betraying of a master doesn't go too well with him.
You did it for a noble purpose, though. Again, what are promises to evil people?
I was foolish back then.
With age comes wisdom. I have had my indiscretions in the past as well. So you don't know you have no knowledge whatsoever what they could be searching for.
I'm gonna start racking my brain, Baka, because I haven't rolled for this. Can I do any kind of roll to figure this out, or no? It's just too obscure.
Do a history check.
Hey, do a history check. Fuck.
Ooh.
You don't know.
I
You were
don't
never
know.
let in to know, yeah.
I don't know. I was never high up in the ranks. I was just a apprentice. I wasn't even aware anyone knew my name until just now.
Do you know where Velini used to work out of? I know you don't know her location currently, but where did she previously work out of?
I do.
Would there potentially be anything useful for us there?
It's possible, but East Haven sent as many guards as they could after the invasion, so I don't know what they did with any of the stuff in there. Possible they didn't touch it.
Perhaps that's something we can ask the speakers, since they're looking for you anyways. We can get some information about that.
Of course, yes.
I am happy to hear that you also wish to see the Charterland destroyed.
I do.
It gives me more confidence in our little group moving forward.
Yes, we'll have to find a way that suits us all to destroy this. I know you're against, infiltrating their organization. So, just know I'm willing to think of a alternate way.
Happy to hear that.
Alright. I just felt it was fair, and I should tell you what I know.
I do appreciate that, and that is useful to know. I will use my own discretion moving forward. I will let you lead with whatever information you want to reveal to the others.
Thank you.
Quite welcome.
You got any rashes or something that need taken care of?
As Orlin asks this, you hear a knock on the door, and immediately after, you hear a slipping noise from the roof. You hear slide down the roof, and then an impact on the ground. Just, ow! You scared as that? Yeah. There was a knock on the door.
I go and check on Zerk and open the door.
Yeah, you see a very surprised woman is standing there. Let me double get everything in my order because I had it and then I didn't. Yes, woman standing there. She's got this very nice tailored cloak and a fur hat. She's looking very surprised at this kobold that just impacted the ground. You see Zerk laying on his back. There's shingles all around him that slid off as he slid off the roof.
Would this be the town's... Are they town seers or town masters?
Speakers.
Speakers.
But you would know this isn't the town speaker.
Oh, okay.
This is the captain of the town militia.
Shit.
Yes. And her name is Captain Arlagoth. 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 I can say it. And she is half elven. Yes. She's Orlin, you've returned with this thing? As she looks back down at Zerk.
He's harmless.
He's a charge of mine. We are consider it a outreach ministry.
Well, just make sure he keeps property damage to your building alone. That's not why I'm here, though. I was sent on behalf of the speaker, Daneth Whalen. You know him. You've met him. We've heard of your exploits, you and your friends. Yes. We would like to ask a favor of you all, if you're willing to oblige us.
Alright. Let's hear it.
So, as you may well or not be well aware of, we just held a public execution in the town. Not strictly just because of the murders. Well, yes, strictly because of the murders. But it wasn't a, oh, you murdered him, we're going to kill you back kind of thing. It was a, hey, if anybody does this again, we'll kill you, so don't do it kind of thing. You get it. Gotta scare them. Anyway, we need you to go looking where this person was. We'll dump the bodies, to be quite frank about it. They've helped the town in the past and Icewind Dale as a whole, and we'd like to retrieve their bodies if at all possible. They're out in the ice caves. Out in the lake, as I'm sure you're well aware of.
Is the ice caves where like I used to be live, whatever?
She lived in one of them, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we were actually thinking about heading out that way soon.
Oh, good. While you're out there, 4 fishers went missing about 10 days ago as well. We don't know if they're connected. Can't really sail along the coastline right now because of the ice, you understand. But if you could just scout the coastline for them as well as our missing adventurers, that would be most wonderful.
Yes. On this, wizard, any idea motivation?
He wouldn't speak when we brought him in.
Huh. Interesting.
In fact, he didn't speak all the way up to his death. Burned alive, not a word, not a scream. Very off-putting.
Would it be possible, as part of our helping with retrieving the bodies of these past adventurers, did you collect anything from this wizard? Orlin being of the astute variety as well, perhaps you can decipher some of the reasoning behind it.
I think maybe we did. Yes, actually, well, we were only able to get 2 things. You can come to the town hall and look them over if you'd like.
Yes, sounds like a good plan. And, while we're there, remember that incident, years back with the wizard and her zombies?
Yes.
Was anything collected from her lair, or is it all still out there?
Nothing of value. She took what she could, from what we can tell.
Okay. Well, I have a few more friends in town, so I'm gonna have to get them on board with this mission, but, we will try to do this.
Alright, well, if you need a boat, we can get you one, but it's not easy sailing. It might be better if you just walk the coastline. Well, I'll be at the town hall if you want to look those items over. Good day to you, Orlin.
Good day.
Orlin's friend. Orlin's other friend. She, spins on one foot back around 180 and starts walking away. Heel to toe.
I scoop Zerk up out of the snow and well, should we go find the others then and see what their opinion is of this?
What about the shingles? Zerk got to finish the shingles.
One last thing, Liliana, Zavros. No one in town knows knows of my association with the wizard and her zombies, so...
Zombies? Can Zerk know about this?
No.
Okay.
Just no. Just no.
I was bold of you to say this in front of Zerg.
And with that, before we go to the wet trout, we are going to end the session. So we will rejoin Heinlein and Celeste in the wet trout next time, and then they will shortly be joined by the rest of the group. So, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Be sure, if you're new here, hit that follow, like, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Get Swindler's Den on all them social medias: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, that. Patreon, if you guys want to listen to the audio-only versions of these shows, you can, for $1 do a month, you can listen to every show in audio format. As well as remember, we have a YouTube-only version of All Goliaths campaign session that we did that's in line with this story. It is part of the story. It's not necessary you know it right now, but you might need to know it in the future. So be sure to go watch that. Otherwise, we'll see you guys here next time. Sunday or Monday for our other shows, as well as Wednesdays for Icewind Dale. Thank you so much. Let's tell more stories together around the fireplace, and then sometimes we talk.
Hey, there's a new one.